Now, Article 240 of the Constitution of Kenya establishes the National Security Council, which, among other things, is responsible for overseeing Kenya's national security organs, including the National Police Service and the Kenya Defense Forces. So, when we speak of abductions, this is a 9-person team that should ideally have its finger on the pulse and have updates and solutions, ideally. The Constitution lists the membership of the highest security sitting in the country as follows. First, President William Ruto, who is the chair. Then we have Deputy President, who in this case is Kithure Kindiki, who has also served as Cabinet Secretary in charge of security or interior. Third is the Cabinet Secretary responsible for defense, who currently is Soipan Tuya. Next is the Cabinet Secretary responsible for Foreign Affairs, who is Musalia Mudavadi, effectively earning the executive's number 3, a slot in the Security Council, since the Constitution does not provide for his other posts, that is Prime Cabinet Secretary. Now, the CS responsible for Interior, who at the moment is, and for the past just under 5 months has been, Onesmus Kipchumba Murkomen, is the next person in the council. Now, the 6th member of the council is the Attorney General, currently Dorcas Oduor. The next 3 are not members of the cabinet. That is the Chief of the Kenya Defense Forces, who today is General Charles Kahariri, then the Director General of the National Intelligence Service, Nurdin Haji, and lastly, the Inspector General of the National Police Service, in this case, Douglas Kanja. Now, some of these members of the National Security Council have pronounced themselves on the matter of abductions. Now, let's sample a few of their comments. On December 27, 2024, President William Ruto said the government shall end abductions. That's what he said. Now, on the 12th of May, 2025, after he said that in December 2024, in what has revived the discourse now, he said that all the people who were abducted in relation to the mid-2024 anti-finance bill protests have been brought back to their families and their homes. Now, to the next one. On 19th December 2024, Musalia Mudavadi said that some of the people who were, in his words, allegedly kidnapped were safely reunited with their families. For instance, the 2 Kiltengela brothers and activists. This also raised concerns and uproar. Now, Kipchumba Murkomen, the CS Interior, who's in charge of security, I should say, said, and this is now on 14th May 2025, that is today, stopping it does not mean we are the ones doing it, that is the government. And then he also said the crux of the matter is who abducted these people. Now, this means that they are still not certain who did it. They still do not know who did it, and he said that investigations are underway. The other person who's commented on this, who sits on the council, is Douglas Kanja, the IG of police, and he says there is no police station in the country that is holding the reported abductees, and this was on the 26th of December 2024, and under his command is the director of the DCI, who at some point has said publicly that they do not know where the abductees are. So this brings to the fore some of the questions. Where are these people? And let's even have it asked from one of the most affected people. And this is a sister of a gentleman who is still missing.
Kulingana na vile rais alisema jana, tumefadhaika sana kusikia akisema watoto wote wenye walitekwa nyara walirudishwa kwao. Of which tulikuwa tuna expect maybe wanaweza rudi leo, ama hatukujua alikuwa anamaanisha walirudishwa before. So tumekuwa tukijiuliza mbona amesema hivyo. Sisi wenyewe hatujaipata brother yetu since apotee. Sasa tumeshindwa kabisa, ni wapi tutaanza, ni nani tutalilia, nani atatusaidia.
There you have it. Now, Interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen has defended President Ruto over his remarks on abductions. This is after President Ruto on Monday came under criticism over his remarks that all abducted persons had been returned to their families. But just like other security bosses, Murkomen did not say who has been abducting Kenyans and what actions the state has taken against them, if any.
Many people misunderstood the president, and I've seen that it's been taken out of context when he said that we have stopped abductions and that people have been returned to their homes. The fact that we are saying as government, we have been able to stop abductions. The same way I have told you here, we have been able to stop illegal mining in Moyale. It's the same way we have told you we have been able to stop drug trafficking or reduce drug trafficking in this area. It doesn't mean that we were the ones doing it.
Now, Now, all said and done, there remain some key questions regarding the abductions, and some of them are: one, if these individuals, according to what the president said, have been taken back home, where are they? Because their families are saying they don't know where they are, at least those that we have spoken to. Another question is, who are the abductors? Did these people who allegedly went home just appear at home, or did the police and the government agencies assist in getting them home, if at all? So who are these abductors? And if they have been found, are they under arrest? Have they been arrested or otherwise? However, just to point out, the Interior CS said the crux of the matter is who did the abduction. So there still remain some questions there. Then another question that still comes to the fore is, when we talk about intelligence, are we saying that these abductors, who are not known even months after abductions, are more intelligent than the country's intelligence, to the point where they are unable to be traced or found, or even those who they are still holding in their custody, presumably, are still yet to be found, at least not until the president said that they have been found, which families say is not the case. And so there are questions still lingering, and ultimately at the bottom of these questions are families that are in agony and pain.